to each of you. This practice is inspired from my students looking to complement their already studio class environment. Welcome to today's practice with a focus on standing postures, but working more towards what's happening in our arms and our shoulders and our torso today. So the theme of our practice, which I love to create at the beginning of any practice, is non-harm. And the way that we look at this within a practice is it's acknowledging responsibility for our own body signals. We are the ones that inherently know what is happening in our bodies. So although I will guide you through the practice, offering you alignment cues, please be overly mindful of what it is your body is guiding you to do, what your body is guiding you to move in the direction of. So let's begin our practice. Great, I should actually mention here, great if you've got a wall handy. We will be using that as a prop. And if you have a couple of blocks handy, that would be fantastic as well. And then set yourself up in child's pose, which typically speaking is our big toes together and our knees wide apart. Draw the sit bones or tailbone down towards the heels and walk the hands forward. Move the chest to or towards the floor and find a position that you feel supported in. Just take a few breaths to connect. Filling your body with your inhale. This may feel like expansion through the ribs, the chest and the belly for you. And then breathing out whichever way supports you. So whether that's through an open mouth, through your nose, letting out a big sigh. Just to let yourself settle in. On your next inhale, slowly start to make your way to all fours. Stack your knees below your hips, your hands slightly in front of your shoulder line and shoulder width apart. Let's move through a couple of cycles of cat-cow. So as you breathe in, press your belly towards the mat, draw your shoulder blades together and open through the throat. As you exhale, lift the navel up towards your spine as you curve and round the spine towards the ceiling. Tuck your chin towards your chest. As you breathe in, belly moves forward, creating a contraction in the back. And the neck is soft. As you breathe out, continue to draw the navel up towards the spine and round the spine towards the ceiling, opening deeply through the shoulder blades. Move through a couple of cycles of this with your breath, with your awareness, and honouring your body. So if you feel the need to stop and feel into the pose, the invitation is there to do that. Take one more as we lubricate the hips, work through the spine, move into our breath and movement. And then let's meet in a neutral spine. So we're creating a nice long line from our tailbone out through the crown of the head. Tuck your toes under, press away through the hands and start to lift the sit bones in the direction of the ceiling. So we're lifting the sit bones up, the chest moves back towards the thighs, and as it's our first downward dog, keep the knees fairly deeply bent here. creating some space through an area that may be very tight through the back of our thighs. Take one more breath here. Inhale, slowly lower the knees towards the floor. And then if you have your blocks, grab the blocks, place them at the top of your mat, and step or assist your right foot forward between the hands. So with that front foot framed, tuck your back toe under, lift through the back knee, and extend or press the heel down to or towards the floor. Slowly roll over onto the heel so that the outer edge of your left foot is parallel with the short edge of your mat. And then lift up through the arms. We're going to turn the palm to face our back body. Bend through your elbow and shift that hand behind your back, grabbing onto either a piece of material or, if it's available to you, placing it in the hip crease. I just want you to feel into the openness of your chest. Keep the arm position as it is, and then slowly start to extend through the front leg. Keep the musculature of that leg working by lifting the kneecap up, engaging through your thigh. As you exhale, bend that front leg so the knee is positioned back over the ankle. Release the arm down alongside you, and then slowly start to come back to center by lifting your back heel, pivoting the hips to face the front of your mat. Place your hand back on the block and lower the knee to the ground. Inhale here. Exhale. Remove the blocks. Come back to that all four position. Let's move through one more cycle of cat-cow. As you breathe in, belly floats forward. As you breathe out, lift the navel up towards the spine as you round through the spine, broaden through your shoulders and tuck your chin in towards your chest. Slowly make your way back to neutral spine. And we're taking it to side B now, so stepping our left foot forward. Once again, take your blocks. Step or assist your left foot forward. Tuck the toes of your right foot under, and as you inhale, lift and extend through the right leg. Keep pressing the back heel down in towards the ground to open up through the back of the thigh. And then slowly we're rolling the heel to the ground. Again, so the outer edge of your foot is parallel with the mat. This time the focus is a little more on pressing the inner right ankle out towards the outer right ankle, pressing the inner right thigh out towards the right ankle. Hand comes down alongside the body. Inhale, lift your arm up. As you exhale, turn the palm to face your back body and draw the hand again down behind your back, either grabbing a piece of material or hooking it into your hip crease. Keep the focus here on opening through that shoulder. You may even feel to draw your shoulder down onto your back. Keep your neck soft and reaching through the crown of your head. And then let's gently move through the front knee. So as the hand's still resting on the block, begin to extend through your front leg. Keep the kneecap lifting, the thigh engaged. Slowly lower that knee towards the ground. Release the arm by bringing it back down alongside your body. Hand returns to the block, lift through the back heel. And then we're taking a small step to the front of our mat. Take the blocks below your shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift. So our body is in a right angle shape. As you breathe out, soften through the knees and start to let the chest float forward towards the thighs. Press down through the feet. Rise all the way up, reach the fingertips towards the ceiling. And as you breathe out, return the hands to the heart. So let's move into a downward dog shape at the wall. So this takes any of the weight bearing out of downward dog and is always an option when practicing downward dog. So bring your hands to the wall at rib level and then slowly start to step the feet back. Your feet are stacked below your hips. Your chest moves down so that it is parallel to the ground. And then work the heels down in towards the ground, heels drawing back. As the hands press into the wall, draw the hands down towards the mat. Keep the chin tucked in slightly and the ears level with the upper arms. Lift your navel, lift your ribs. Feel the engagement of your core supporting your spine. Last breath here. Slowly release by walking the feet back to the top. Give the arms a shake out and let's move straight into our standing postures now. So traditionally these poses were taken by stepping or jumping the feet apart. This is where you will need the wall so that your one foot can rest up against the wall, the outer edge of. So once your feet are stepped wide apart, the way to measure the distance for you is to extend your arms out. We are obviously limited on this side, so check that your heel is stacked below your wrist or thereabouts. And that's about the gauge for the distance of our legs. It obviously will vary from person to person, but once you've found a position that you're comfortable in with the orientation of your legs, take your right foot and turn it 90 degrees. So the toes are pointing forward. Press the outer edge of your back foot into the wall, and in fact, keep on pressing the ankle of the left foot in towards the wall to lift through that center arch of your foot. Keep lifting the inner part of your left leg towards the left, and that may feel to you like lengthening through the torso, as though our torso is moving out of this pelvic region here. Draw the chest out over the right leg and then slowly start to bend through the right knee. And as we talked about with alignment before, so that the right knee is stacked over the ankle and the knee is tracking out towards the little toe. Then with this back leg here, still pressing towards the wall, we're lifting through the center arch, we're pressing the inner thigh back, lengthen out through your torso, and then take your arms and cross them behind your back, holding onto your shoulders, so that you feel to some degree opening through your chest and the chest opening up and towards the ceiling somewhat. Stay here, or option to support your torso with your right arm resting on your right thigh. And remember, for everyone, this variation may be different. It might look higher up to you. Inhale, extend through your front leg. Keep the hand working behind the back and find the position on your leg where your hand rests comfortably to support your torso. Keep the legs powered up, keep the legs super strong. That is your foundation. Arm can stay here, or you can start to work the arm up and open towards the ceiling. Keep the neck soft. So we've now made our way into triangle pose. Slowly lift through the torso. As you lift through the torso, we're bending the front knee again in the direction of the ankle and the little toe, and extend the front arm out. Release the front leg by lengthening out. Parallel the feet so that they're both level and even again. And now as we transition to the other side, I thought I might share with you how we can support our front knee. So again, we're turning the left foot out 90 degrees so that the toes are now pressing into the wall. Back foot, the outer edge is parallel with the short edge of the mat. And then again, take your block. So as we bend through the front knee, take your block and place it between your knee and the wall. And again, so that your knee is over your ankle and tracking towards the little toe side of your body. So we've come into this kind of shape now for our extended side angle pose, but with the support of the block now. So we can really push that knee strongly in to keep the block held in the position where it's at. Take your arm out and then turn your right hand back to face the wall. Take that arm back behind the back, and again, if it's available to you, place it in the hip crease or grab a piece of material. This time our focus is on pushing the left ankle, the left inner ankle out towards the left ankle, pushing the inner left thigh out. And then again, this may feel like it's offering some extension through your torso. You can support your torso by bringing your left hand to your left thigh. This is stage number one. Stage number two might be resting your forearm onto the thigh. Stay here, or stage number three might be resting your hand down onto a block alongside your ankle. And then options for the arm to work here are either still working the arm behind the back, or slowly start to extend the front arm up, palm faces towards the wall, and then push the fingertips in towards the wall. Your back leg is still working strong. Your fingertips are now pressing in towards the wall so that you have that connection with that long line of your body from the outer edge of your foot all the way to the fingertips. Create any small movements or adjustments that you need within this pose. Come out as your body signals you to do so, or stay and explore for just one moment longer. As we come out just as mindfully as we went into the pose. Start to lift the torso up. Grab your block on the way through and just lower that to the ground. And now we're taking our triangle pose. So front knee extends, kneecap lifts, thigh engages. Keep pressing the inner heel towards the outer heel, the inner thigh towards the outer heel, and create that length once again in the torso. Start to move the torso to or towards the front leg And find your place where you can comfortably let your hand rest on your thigh, below your knee, and then extend the top arm up. Keep the head and neck soft. Triangle pose, side B. So the invitation here is to notice how one side varies from the other. Where do you feel sensation in this pose? Is it the openness of the side waist here? Is it the length and strength in your legs that are supporting you? Or is it somewhere totally different? Just begin to notice and tune in to what you're feeling. To come out of this pose, we're slowly lowering the hand, lifting up through the length of the torso, bending through the front knee, and then this time extend through the back arm, because we're a little bit limited for length of the front arm at the wall here. Slowly extend through your front leg, parallel your feet back towards the mat, step, jump or heel toe your feet back together, and let's meet at the wall once again for downward facing dog or modified dog. So stepping your feet back, feet are stacked below your hips, hands are slightly wider than your shoulders and ears level with your upper arms. Grip through your fingertips. Lift your navel up, lift your ribs up. The core is supporting the length and stability of your spine. Slowly walk in. Soften through your knees and we're lowering the chest towards the thighs. Breathe in, halfway lift, hands slide up the shins. Breathe out, step or walk back to downward facing dog. Noticing with awareness how sensations may have shifted or moved now that we've done a little bit of work through our standing postures. Slowly lower your knees to the ground. We're coming back into child's pose to end our practice. So big toes together. Take the knees broad. Lower the chest to or towards the ground. And again, support or prop up your practice where necessary. Now that we are back in this pose, I invite you to take some time here to just rest. To rest with your breath, to rest with the sensations and aliveness that you've just created in your body. Stay here for as long as you need to. And if it supports your practice and you have time available, I invite you to come into Shavasana or Yogi Rest. You may want to support this practice with some music. Wherever you find yourself and end up, do so with awareness and mindfulness and gratitude for where you have been today with your body. Thank you for joining me. I'm Anita from Yoga on the Road. Namaste.